And remember to vote, because the 3 ones that you don't vote for, they will be gone forever.
Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to the video. So you might think there's only 4 mobs being added to the game, because as you all know, there's 4 mobs being voted on at Minecon. The 3 mobs that aren't added are going to be removed forever, so it's a really big deal to pick which of the 4 mobs that's going on. And because of that, in today's video, I'm showing you all 4 mob videos, so you can learn from those. But there's also a 5th mob I wanted to talk about a little bit after all of that, so hopefully you do enjoy this video, talking about the 5 mobs we're seeing at Minecon. So like this if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let's say you do like this kind of collection video all in one place to make it more convenient to learn about all of the new mobs at once. But let's just get straight into showing you the 4 mob reveals from Jeb himself, so you can see them again, so you can see a secret detail, or you can get a full just overview of what he's saying. Then we'll talk about the 5th mob.
During Minecon Earth, you get to vote on Mob A, the monster of the ocean depths. The monster will attack you with its tongue-like tentacle to pull you down and drown you. It spawns in deep waters and uses its large mouth to propel itself forward. You should vote for this mob because the oceans currently don't have that much content, and it would make it more exciting when traveling from island to island. Minecon Earth, you get to vote. During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for Mob B, the monster of the night skies. This manta ray-like monster is a flying creature that spawns at high altitudes. It is attracted to insomnia and will find players who haven't slept for many days. It will swoop down in groups and bite your flesh. You should vote for Mob B because there are currently no flying monsters in the overworld. During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for Mob C, the Great Hunger. This cute-looking mob has a huge mouth and a great appetite for enchanting powers. It will open its huge jaw and sink into the ground where it will camouflage itself. Any mobs or items that fall into its mouth will be consumed. You should vote on this mob because it has some interesting enchanting powers. Maybe you can even use these abilities to your own advantage to add or remove enchantments from your own items. During Minecon Earth, you get to vote for Mob D, the Hovering Inferno. This is a master blaze, which body parts look like shields that will be used to defend itself. The Hovering Inferno spawns with a group of blazes as a random encounter in the nether. It has a shockwave attack that is very dangerous, and you will definitely need some flame protection to defeat this mob. You should vote for Mob D, because it would make the nether even more scary and exciting.
So those are the 4 mobs. Maybe when you listen to it again, because I know as I went through those, I was like, oh yeah, I guess there was this bit that I forgot. And you know, it's important to listen to them a few times so you can really absorb every bit of information, because there's always one thing about each mob which is most interesting, the water bit, the fire bit, but there's also little bits in there that you might have forgotten about till just now. Maybe it changes your voting patterns. I'd love to know if that is the case, but let's show you Mob E now, shall we? So you might think, what the heck is Mob E? There's clearly 4 mobs to look at. Did you watch the wrong video? But no, there is 4 mobs being revealed and 3 of them are being discarded, etc. But there's also a 5th mob which is almost certainly being added to the game, or you know, it's being revealed in some way at Minecon, and you might not recall it unless you went all the way back to September. So mid-September is, you know, kind of like a period where people aren't necessarily following quite so much, so you might have missed this bit of Minecraft news. But during Minecon Earth's first announcement, when they said, oh yeah, it's going to be a live show, it's going to be on this date, they did all that sort of stuff, they actually showed off a brand new mob at the bottom of that page where they spoke about all this other stuff. And as you can see, this brand new mob looks entirely different to any of the 4 mobs we saw today. Again, there was some theory maybe that like, oh yeah, one of these mobs would look a lot more like one of the 4, but like even after we've heard about them, none of them look anything like that. None of the mobs, you know, had any mention of a transformation, and long story short, this doesn't look like any of the 4 mobs that are going to be added. So instead of just adding 1 mob in this update, we can confirm there's definitely going to be 2. There's the user voted mob, and then there's whatever this is. I mean, it could also not be a mob in some way. This could turn out to be a new block or something. You know, realistically this is a new mob, but just so we can cover our bases. But yeah, they revealed a new mob, and here's what it looks like full screen, by the way. You're seeing it right now. As you can see, it's a pretty, again, it's a dark sky thing, which clearly implies it's evil in some way, and a lot of people get different impressions on what this is, but the big thing to me is that this is probably some form of boss or user created mob. It looks a lot like an iron golem, except it has 2 heads, and the 2 heads look like ducks. Some people say it has 4 heads, but if you look, they're kind of like arm spikes behind the arm. Again, you can just about see that. But yeah, it has 2 heads and 4 little arm spike things, and yeah, again, there's part of me that says like, well, maybe the 4 blocks, they signify the 4 mobs in some way, but that doesn't make any sense unless there's some way to assemble all 4 mobs, which by the way would be the coolest idea in the world, but that's not what this is. because this is some secret extra mob that is being revealed at Minecon, and that was meant to, this for the longest time was the hype we had, just like this image alone, knowing there's going to be some form of new, potentially boss mob, potentially serious mob, potentially user-created mob. There's some form of new mob going down, and we haven't seen much about it besides this thing. So bear in mind that tomorrow is Friday, and every day this week we saw a mob revealed. Mob E could be ending up being revealed tomorrow. Again, exactly whether this even is a mob, whether it's coming in this update, whether we'll even see it is hard to say for certain, but given that they revealed it alongside the Minecon announcement, it looks like this is the trick up their sleeve. Everyone gets excited about the brand new mob being added to Minecraft. Everyone's bummed that like, oh yeah, well, I mean, 30% of people picked the right mob, but everyone else is like, oh, not my favorite mob. But then at the last moment, they revealed this maybe. It's hard to be certain, but just remember, there are 4 mobs that were just revealed, but there was also the 5th mysterious mob, which we're still waiting to hear anything about. All we can tell right now is that it's some form of golem-y thing. Again, it's very square because it's Minecraft-y. We can tell it has 2 heads, so it's probably, again, if you consider the dragon has 1 head, the wither has 3 heads, it could be a new medium tier boss. Again, it's hard to be certain, but all we know is that there is a new mob being revealed at Minecon, and you should be excited for even more reasons, because there's 5 mobs, not 4, and maybe this video gave you a little fun fact telling you that. So, like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do like this sort of video, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe with notifications turned on, you'll see them daily on your homepage. I'll be covering everything else we learned about Minecon, which, again, if that's something tomorrow, we'll see, but as well as that, I'll be streaming Minecon on my channel on Saturday, and also uploading everything you need to know Minecon video just after that. I know I'm saying this a lot right now, but a lot of people are only just watching one video, so hopefully this gave you the information you need so that you don't miss Minecon. It's the biggest Minecraft event of the year, and it's happening in just 2 days. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.